What up? What up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. It's hump day, and it feels like hump day. It feels like it's been a long week, but a blessed week. And we get to do the Grid and Grind show. So, I mean, what could be better? We got a great guest tonight. But before we get started, tonight's show is being brought to you by the Mental Game Performance Coaching, Jesus One Apparel, Chinook Seeds, and Old Dominic Distillery. Check them all out if you go to In Off the Bench podcast website, you can get the promo codes. You can go to the links. You can get the gear. You can get the swag. You can get the spirits, the bourbon, the vodka, the sunflower seeds. You can get it all. One-stop shop for your needs. But with that, we got to talk about Bryleigh Hansen, our guest tonight. If you don't know, she's the owner and coach of the South Beach Palms. She's also, if you've been under a rock, I mean, she's been on Beast Games Season 2. And if you're not caught up, you need to catch up. But if you haven't been caught up, she gets to compete with 200 other people. She's part of the strong squad, and she is showing out up until the very last episode that I've seen, which is the newest episode that's been released. I haven't seen that one yet, but she's still there. She's still rocking. So spoiler alert for those of you that ain't watching. You need to get on it. You need to watch our girl. She's killing it. But with that, help me welcome on the show Bryleigh Hansen. Bryleigh, what up?
Hi, thank you for the good intro, per usual. I was just trying to share your live link, and I can't figure it out.
It is YouTube, In Off the Bench podcast. I've sent it out on mine. I sent it to you, actually, in the DM that's between me and the Palms. There's one with us on there. So it's in there for YouTube.
Okay. That's why my social media skills are not top notch yet.
No, it's when you're as busy as you are, social media becomes a task. It's another thing. So I get it. Like, it's hard to do. And the hardest thing for me, what I've noticed is you have to schedule your social media interaction. Like, I feel like I'm very schedule oriented. And so for me to like do things, like I have to put it on the schedule.
100%.
I mean, I'm one of those guys where I feel accomplished when I have my checklist and I check it off. So it's nice to have it on there and check it off, but I feel terrible when I don't check it off.
Yeah, and it's one of those things when you put it into the schedule, not to go over on it on the schedule. That's the trick, right?
Yep.
It's in your schedule for 15 minutes, not 30 or 45 minutes.
Right. But with that, we got to talk. There's a lot that we got to get into, but I'm an educator. I want to know, give me a grade for the Palms last season. A, B, C, D, or F. In your eyes, from player, coach, owner standpoint, how did the season fall for you?
A+.
A+. Tell me why.
Because I was not present for over half of it, right? And so for my players, and I had specific players step up and take roles on that they were not expecting to take on. I had last minute coaches step up in a full season that they were not expecting. So given the circumstance that everyone was kind of put into, A+.
All right. So I had a feeling you were going to say that. So I want to dig a little deeper here. All right. A+. If you reflect on the A+, like, what would you say is something that you need to get better at as a team? And obviously being there is probably priority number one, but outside of the obvious, like when you get into a coach standpoint and developing the team, like what is it that you feel like you really need to do this year to be a little bit better or different from last year?
I mean, it's been my main thing since season 1. Like, I've always had holes. I always have a hole of sorts, and it plays in nearly every single match format, right? I've never been known to have a super strong, strictly male bodyweight specialist. That's been my hole since year 1, literally. So, on the physical standpoint, it's just finding athletes that fill those holes. Like, I'm a team that has been known to be based off of primarily utility players, right? And the sport is just getting so good that like it's not what's going to win a season anymore. You have to get down to the nitty gritty of these very strong people and very ninja people. Right. Or else you're not going to make it forward. Like, it's how the sport is. So That's it. It's just filling the holes that we already know need to be filled.
So let's talk elephant in the room. Obviously, at this point, most people know you missed some time outside of Beast Games too, because we know that that's something. Was there any other reasons? Was there injuries? Because I mean, there was talk that you weren't 100% last season. Was injury part of it, or was it strictly like you had to remove yourself because of the opportunity you had with Beast Games?
Oh no, I was gone because I was filming Beast Games.
Yeah.
I was legitimately MIA. Like they take your phone and everything. So like I was gone, like falling off planet Earth gone. Yeah, that had nothing to do with me being injured, me not. Yeah, I was physically and like not around at all. Internet, in person, nothing. Like I wasn't even there. I didn't even know. Like literally while we were filming, they had a match, the Tampa match. Like I didn't even know. I wasn't allowed to watch them play. Like I didn't know the score. I didn't know who won. So it was like, yeah, gone.
So how does that conversation go with the team? Hey guys, I've got to go do something. Can't tell you what, just know like you got this. See you later. Like how does that conversation go when you got to be very, careful on how you approach what you say?
Yeah, I mean, I told them, where I was going. I can't just up. This is a team I've been building for years. I can't just say, "Hey, good luck," especially last minute. It was extremely last minute. That's the thing about Beast Games or I pretty much any reality TV show I've come to find out is you don't get to know in advance. It is, are you available this time to up to potentially this time, and then like 2 weeks in advance that you're going. So yeah, it was very last minute. So like who I am as a person, I can't just, especially something that I've been building for years and years, and like my players know me well enough that like they're not going to fall for, hey, good luck. Like it's just not fair to them to do that. So I did tell them and just ask them like, hey, this is extremely hush hush, but I mean this is a huge part of my life, so to not tell them where I was going didn't feel right. I didn't tell anybody else in the league. I mean, obviously the head of the league, but no other team owners or coaches or any of that knew. But yeah, I did tell my players on a very intimate call that I was leaving, and that's when people had stepped up and assumed some positions that they were not expecting to fill, and finding Jay, hallelujah, very last minute to kind of step in and fill the coach role for me. So I mean, there was people I had to tell, because I mean, it's very hard to say, hey, can you do this without any and commit yourself for, right. It might be a weekend, it might be 6 weeks. Like I have no idea. So to like not have information as to like the why of that is like, didn't seem fair. So my team knew.
Yeah, it is tough. I mean, I was a question I was going to ask you was when you go and you commit to this, do they tell you how long you could potentially be gone, or they're just like, just be ready and whatever time frame it is, it is?
No, they tell you.
Okay.
They tell you the potential up to date.
Gotcha. Well, I want to circle back to Beast Games, but I do want to talk grid. All right. Yep. So what have you been up to as far as I've seen, new additions? I've seen the returners. I mean, you have a good core of people returning. Sam, Heather, Corey, Brett, Edgar, Amber, Brielle, Jess, Artur, Johnny, yourself. Got a lot of people returning, but I've seen that you now have new additions. You have Tyler Davis, who filled in, so it's not like he's completely, new to it. He was, he was on the grid for a hot minute. And to me, looks like you guys have created quite a friendship over the past few weeks. So not only you got Tyler Davis, you got his wife, Megan Davis, and you got a guy named Clark Lawson. So tell me a little bit about these three.
Yeah. So Tyler's awesome. Obviously, he's one of my little homies from Beast Games. That story is pretty funny. Like in the city, it was hilarious because we were like, I don't know what's going on. Me, Ian, and Tyler were like, we don't know what's going on after this. Like, but we got to meet up, and we're like, any plans? Like, and we were like, well, I'm actually supposed to be going somewhere, but we don't know if we're going to be on the show or not. But like, I'm supposed to be in Dallas for this expo. And then Tyler's like, what expo? And Tyler's like, holy shit, I'm supposed to be at that expo. My wife is competing, and like, hopefully I get to be there and watch her. But if not, then like, we don't know. Like, and then Ian's like, no shit. Like, I have Ninja Warrior that same weekend in Dallas too. So like, we were all three. I'm glad we met at Beast Games, because we all three would have been in that, like, at that same time, same expo, and like had no idea who each other were. So Tyler ended up working out because we had lost a player literally that weekend. And I knew Tyler was going to be in town, like with Megan. So Tyler just, jumped in on that one match. So, I'm super stoked to have Tyler back. And Megan is super cool because she's actually followed Grid when it was the Pro League. So she knows a lot about it. But she's stupid strong. Like, she's my size, but like stupid strong.
Man.
So I'm super excited about her. And then Clark, he's going to be like a fire utility player. I'm super stoked. Like, he went to the games. He's super young. 20, I think he's only 20 years old, 19 maybe, 19 or 20. So he's super young. He'll be like one of the youngest on the grid, but super strong. Like, he sent me a ladder, clearing the clean and jerk, like clearing ladders, and like sending me his squat or a couple of mirrors. Like, he's going to be super good utility. Like, he is like, you didn't ask me to send me these, but he's doing forward rolls on the rings. He can do forward rolls, he can do double touches, he can do triple touches. I'm like, hell yeah, you're in. So yeah, super excited about those three.
How did you find Clark? I mean, I know how Tyler and Megan came to be.
Clark was actually a referral. Did I lose you? Are you there? Hello. I don't know if I should refresh this page or not. Like, I completely lost you. And I don't know if it's my computer or your computer.
The very last episode that I've seen.
Where'd you go? Hello?
All right, we're back.
There you are. Hey.
That is wild.
I was like, I can't tell if that's me or if that's you, but I'm like still moving on the screen and you're not.
I'm pretty sure it was me. So I don't know. I have really bad service
when cold weather.
I promise you, whenever it is below 50 degrees, for whatever reason, like it's very spotty. So I apologize. Hopefully this is the one and only. But I guess what I was saying was, I know how Tyler and Megan, how do you get in contact with them, but how does Clark get on the scene? Like, does he just reach out to you, or are you like searching for people and you come across him, or is he referred to you by somebody?
No, Clark was actually referred to me by somebody. The owner, Mark from Thick Boy, just brought it up to me and said, hey, I have a player at my coach at my gym that's really interested in playing. He's super good, and like connected me with him. So yeah, that was all a referral. So
nice.
Thanks, Mark.
Look at you. Networking pays off. Pays off in spades with old Clark here. A couple people I don't see. Talk to me about Cody. Cody had an injury. What's up with him? Is he coming back? Is he still injured?
It is okay. So Cody hurt his shoulder, right?
Yep.
At that match, and then was out for the season. Had surgery on that, and then while he's rehabbing his shoulder, tore his ACL. So then he had surgery on that. So yeah, he's on the mends. If he's 100%, he will be playing. But it's not worth the risk. But he will be a part of the team somehow, some way, regardless what fashion that looks like, whether he's playing or helping in the back end. We will, or coaching possibly. It kind of just depends on how his recovery goes.
What about Brandon Shipper?
Brandon's out, and I'm so sad about it. He got offered a pretty stellar sponsorship for his ski jumping. Nice. So he's just taken CrossFit, fitness, grid, the back hold while he focuses on his water skiing. He's obviously a professional water, that ski jump thing. So yeah, he's going to focus on that.
Understandable. So
Yeah.
you fill in some holes. When we look at, building the roster, what else do you got to do? Who do you got to find? Is there anybody that you have that hasn't been announced?
One person just signed that has not been announced. Alex Germain. So for strength, we got extra strength on the female side. She's played in the past. She played for the Venom, and she played a single match for us last year. So she just signed a few days ago, and so we're getting her post up and ready. So that's the only person that we have not posted. Other than that, still looking for probably, ideally, another straight bodyweight specialist on male and female side, and then straight strength on male side, and maybe one more strength or one more utility player for the female side. I'm trying to stack my roster this season. Like, it's clearly been a proven thing that having a full roster just benefits in matches and formats and player freshness.
Yeah. I mean,
so
you never know. I mean, obviously when you think about the sport, injuries are going to happen because we're looking at athletes that they're professional grid athletes, but they're also athletes of other sports. And so, like, when you combine all the training and things that happen, like, injuries will occur. And then you have just the match format itself and how much it takes out of players, and having someone behind them that kind of fill in the gaps and just have a strong roster complete for every single race of any match format. So I understand what you're trying to do. I mean, you're trying to win, and that's the name of the game. And having as many, athletes that you can to have just depth is going to be key.
Yeah.
What are, like, when you look at the timeline between now, obviously the schedule hasn't been released. It's coming, I'm sure, but what's the timeline look like? Give me kind of some step-by-step prior to leading up to the opening, match. Like, what do you have to do from an owner standpoint?
I think we've kind of already started the process. Just making sure the team is very communicative, and just being a team player, we've actually created kind of an accountability group where we're each kind of doing assignments each week now, starting this week. So it's actually kind of cool. Like, the camaraderie between the team already is way more progressed than it was last year at this time. So, like, it's January, the season is going to start in May. So to have the team as communicative, and like, people are in the chat daily now at this point is way further ahead than we were last season. So I mean, my main goal always is to make sure the players have fun and everyone's getting along before winning. So as long as my players have fun and are good human beings on the grid, like, that's my main priority. So if they can love each other, on and off the grid, that's my priority. But winning is second, and winning is priority for all of us this year too. So yeah, I mean, from a coach standpoint, I think it's already happening. And owner, I guess. Yeah.
Here's what I'll say. Every team that I've been a part of or coached, the teams that were the best were the teams that had fun, the most fun. And I don't know if that's just having a culture and building it, or if it's having the right players, or a combination of all that. But whatever it is, I've experienced shows that if you're having fun, you're probably doing a lot of winning, because winning is fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if you don't like winning, you can just get the hell out. That's what I got to say. So expectations next season, you have the timeline set. You guys are kind of not practicing, but you're informally doing things, probably, filming each other, throwing it in the thread, saying, "Ooh, watch this," or "Ooh, beat this," like, really, like, kind of motivating, creating that culture. I'm sure practices will come soon to follow, but what are your expectations for the team? Well, let's start with this. As a coach, what do you want to do as far as expectations? What do you want to get better at from last year to this year? What's the goal for you as a coach?
I don't think my expectations have changed much over the last couple years. And it kind of, I guess, plays on what I just said, but expectations are just being good teammates and having good camaraderie. Like that's always my number one expectation from all of my players and me and myself. That doesn't go away. Nothing like overpowers or overshines that. But I think, I guess, in a way that they might shift is with having a more stacked roster, more depth to our roster. Like you don't play as much, right? So just expecting that you're not everybody's going to play in every single race. Like having a very small team, most of the time, like players are playing a lot, right? So like having that expectation, it's just been, we have to, because we have such a small roster. So now it's like expectations are swapping. Like nobody's playing a lot, basically. Like we're playing to win. We're not playing to like we're not playing to play. We're playing to win at this point, right? So number of races doesn't matter as much as we want to win as a team. And so if we're only in 1 or 2 races for a match, like that's what it's going to take this season. So I think that's the only major switch so far.
I mean, it's a big ask when you're having people go out for 6 and 7 races in a match like that. I mean, you can count up the reps all you want, but like the fast action and the movement that happens on the grid from element to element, race to race, it can take a toll on you. And to expect somebody just to turn around in a couple minutes time and be able to be 100% fresh and give 100% intensity, like it's almost impossible to do that. So yeah, having a lot of depth that can do a lot of different things, and as an athlete, I think it probably makes your job easier as a coach to go, look, I need you for these 2 races, and that's it. Like I need you to go out and give me 100% for those 2, as opposed to going, well, I need you to come out here and do these 2, and then I need you to do a ladder, and oh, by the way, I need you to clear the ladder, and then on the back end, I need you to do triad, and I need you to help us out with whatever in between. Like minimizing the amount someone has to do makes their job a lot easier. So having that depth is key to doing it, and looks like you're doing a great job of providing that depth for your team. Yeah. From a player standpoint, as a player, what's your goal for this season?
I'm trying to scale it back a little bit, if I'm being honest. I'm getting old, like maintaining it, like not even maintaining, like I've lost so much strength. So to gain my strength back, it doesn't seem feasible for me at this point. And the main reason I'm looking, and like I got Megan, and like I have Jess, and I have Sam, and I just got Alex, was to like take some of that off my plate. Like it's not for me anymore. I'm going to let the strong girls do the strong things, and I'm going to try to focus more on the bodyweight stuff. Less achy breaky, I'm getting my little kneecaps is getting achy when I got to do those heavy squats. So like, let me just do some flips and call it a day. But yeah, no, from a player standpoint, I'm definitely going to step it back and do a little bit more focus on body weight. I'll probably still, like, depending on the match format, like for whatever reason, I mean, these quads just have some bounce to them, so my hang cleans are still top notch. So like stuff like that, I'll continue doing, but you will see me less and less on ladders, probably less and less on some of the partner forwards. Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to it.
I mean, it sounds like you're really embracing this depth thing that you got.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
for
really,
too.
really leaning into this.
Yeah.
Obviously, Bryleigh, big fan of yours, if you didn't know. So for the team, you said the expectations really haven't changed, but I'll ask you this. In order for you guys to have a chance to win a championship, let's just call it playoffs. To get into the playoffs and give yourself a chance to win a championship, what do you got to do? What does the team have to do? And don't give me the coach speak, the hoorah, like we just got to go out there and have a lot of fun and like, be good with each other. But like, what is it?
No, it's the holes.
Yep.
Same thing. It's like we don't have the depth on the one side, the strength and the body weight. We have very good utility players. And again, it's not gonna win us a championship. Like we need the Quintons. We need like the strong, actual big strong man to like do some of this stuff. So like that's what I'm trying very hard to do right now. Like you cannot win without specific niche depth anymore. Like you can't. So that's what we got to get. And again, like the more depth I can take off of the utility players, like if I can take the muscle ups, the rope climbs, give Tyler more of the barbells and all of that stuff, like that will save the utility players to be better at the stuff they're really good at, to keep their speed up.
Yeah, definitely. What are you looking forward to most this season?
Being there. Being present.
I mean, I don't know when Beast Game Season 3 comes out, but I mean, you never know. You never know.
You never know.
Let's talk about that. Let's transition here. Obviously you get a call, you say, or I don't know how it works. Does Jimmy call you and he's like, "Hey, what's up? It's Mr. Beast," or like, how does this go down? Like, how do you find out that you're on the show?
No, only special people get calls from Mr. Beast himself. Although we are very close now. No, I am now on his mailing list. Like I get Beast gear straight from Mr. Beast.
There you go.
No, I applied. I actually didn't know what Beast Games was at all. I was warming up to work out, and I'm just a big Mr. Beast fan in general, but I didn't know he had a show. I'm just a very big fan of like his philanthropy work and like what he does in his back end that nobody knows about. He's not just the world's largest YouTuber. Like he gives back to a lot of people. So I just been a very big Jimmy fan. And then he posted on his story 24 hours left to apply for Beast Games. I'm like, that sounds cool. I don't know what it is, but it's Jimmy and Beast Games sounds like something I'd be good at. So I just applied real quick, did a 2-minute video, basically like, I don't, and went through a couple interviews and they said, cool, you're in. And I said, and then I watched, after I applied, I watched it and I was like, oh shit, like this is actually like a social game. I'm like, oops. I had no idea I was signing up for a social game. So yeah, I was like, I got accepted and I was like, I can't not go. Like that's a once in a life opportunity,
Yeah, definitely. So you get accepted, you go. When you get there, is it immediately like funneling you in? Like, I'm just trying to picture what it's like when you show up. I mean, is it immediately go time or is it let's transition, let's kind of get you acclimated to where we're at, or like?
No, the process is wild, actually. So you show up to the airport, you're not allowed. Obviously, it's a TV show, so no one can know you're doing it. You're not allowed to say anything. They call it summer camp. If you watch behind the scenes, you can kind of see it in a couple episodes, but you show up to the airport and they tell you what baggage claim to go to, and people are holding up a sign that says summer camp. And it's about groups of like 10 people. So like once you're done with your 10, they like take you to a epic fucking stretch limo, like stretch Hummer limo. Like ours was like bright pink. But you're not allowed to talk to anybody. You're not allowed to say a single word at all whatsoever. Like you are not allowed to speak to each other. So like you're just sitting there awkwardly in silence, like waiting for like more people to come, like to summer camp, you get in the limo, you're not allowed to speak. You get to the convention center where we were at, or the hotel, whatever it was, not allowed to speak. The first thing they do is collect all your stuff. They take your phone, they take all of your electronics, they go through your bag, because there's a whole list of like things you can and cannot bring. So they go through your bag and check all of that. And then you get another bag that you actually get to use, and they take your bag. So it's like this whole process. But for the first couple of days, it was all uniforms, fittings, interviews, pictures, like wild stuff. So yeah, the first couple of days you're kind of trapped in a hotel room. Everybody got their own hotel room to start. So that was super cool. At least we got like our own beds and got to watch TV for a little bit. But like we were trapped in our hotel rooms for like 16 hours at a time.
Did you know it was strong versus smart?
Yes. After we all checked in on day one, it took a while. But once we all got signed in and they took our belongings and everything. They sat us all down, and like all of us are looking at each other, and we're like, okay, this isn't because if you watch season 1, it was 1,000 people, right? And so we're all looking around, like they're like in front of us, like talking. We're like, there's no way, like there might be 5 other rooms with 200 more contestants. So like there's 200 of you in here, and we're like, cool. There's probably 200 scattered across Las Vegas, right? And then they're like, just so you know, this is it. And everyone's like freaking out because obviously your chances go from 1 in 200 from 1 in 1,000. So everyone's like freaking out and stoked. And then they announced it's strong versus smart. So we knew from the beginning, yeah, but we didn't know till we got there.
Got you. So you go in. All right. First little challenge, I'll call it. Blocks, or you get to descend and ascend a rope based on body weight and having to. I felt like that was a wheelhouse for you. I'm just from what I've seen. But when you look at that, is there any pressure and anxiety that you feel like in the moment, or do you go, oh, I've done this 1,000 times, like this will be fine?
Yeah, no, I was stoked it was upper body, honestly, because, and nobody actually knows this, but my players knew this, but I hurt my knees really bad the week before, right before that grid match. So when I saw it was a rope, I was like, oh hell yeah, it's upper body, because like my knees were really bad. Like I was limping in the airports and like walking, and I was like, I don't know, I don't want anybody to like look at me and think something's wrong with me. So I'm like trying to like walk like a normal person. But when I saw it was a rope, I'm like, hell yeah, like my knee should be okay. It gives me another couple days to recover, you know?
Right.
But it was pretty challenging. It wasn't challenging, but the tricky part about that was if your block slipped through the little chain that you had unhooked, then you were out, you know? Ooh. So I was like the untying of it to like get the blocks and make sure, because if I looked around and like, people were pulled up their bag just fine, but they untied the thing and their block slipped. And like when your block slipped, you're out. And I was like, oh shit. Like, you know, that was like the scariest part, was just like being very cautious of like not letting that band slip or break to like pull the blocks up or to carry the blocks up with you. But yeah, it was a super fun challenge.
When did you realize that the social game was going to be a big component of it? Because I mean, when you think of Beast Games, you go, okay, well, there's challenges, and as long as I do well in these challenges, like I should be all right. But there is a level of socialism that you have to have, and probably a good amount to get you further along in the game. At what point do you go, oh shit, like I've got to have some type of social game here?
When I watched season 1 before I got accepted. Like I knew that's part of reality TV, right?
Yeah. So what's the plan then? Do you just like, how do you, because you and Tyler and Ian, it looks like you guys just kind of found each other, but what's the like, how do you guys find each other?
Me and Ian found each other within the first couple of days, like when we were on what they call as hard ice, when you're not allowed to speak to each other. But you're all in the same room. So like you're speaking through like eye contact, like you're talking to people just like without talking to them. So like me and Ian, like from day one, like we got so bored that like, it's things like we didn't speak to each other, but then we started playing, like we made up a game with water bottles and ponytails. And like, we're playing, like throwing, like it was shit like that you get to know, like you get to know people before you get to know them, basically. And I'm like, okay, I can hit it off with this dude. But my gameplay was, I was trying to be very, well, one, real. I wasn't going to let something or someone change my integrity or the character of who I am, right? So going into that was like the one thing I told myself was, don't allow emotions, money, fake people change my actions or behaviors, and come out of it just being a good human being. So I tried to stay back a little bit, because there was, I wouldn't say drama, but there was just people that you wouldn't associate with if you didn't have to, right? So I did kind of keep my ground, my like a long arm on quite a few people, and I stayed in the background for a very long time too. Which I don't know if it was a good thing or a bad thing, because some people got a lot closer as groups than I did. I didn't have a massive group of alliances or anything, but
how do you build trust with people that you just met? Because I mean, Well, like the Tyler, you guys, your little team put a lot of trust in him not to hit the button to send you all home, but for his gain. How do you build trust in that small amount of time? Or do you just have to just kind of go on vibes and feel and go, I think I trust them.
No, I trusted Tyler 100%. Like I went into that game and the cube game like with zero nerves, zero anxiety, zero nothing. I had full trust in Ian and Tyler. I knew Ian a lot better. Me and Ian had a lot of good conversations, like on lunches and stuff. Like when we did get to speak, me and Ian had a lot of good conversations just about who we are, our families. I got to know a lot about his wife and his kids, and I got to tell him about my boyfriend and grid and like blah blah blah. So like I feel like I just have a good intuition on people that I would vibe with because I don't have very many friends for a very specific reason. Because like if I don't vibe with you, like it's not it. So like I'm very easy of like not having a conversation with someone that I don't vibe with. Like I'll just walk away. It doesn't bother me. But Ian wasn't that. So
it's a lot easier too on that because it's like, well, after this is over, like I'll never see this person again. So like I can easily not be friends with them.
Yeah, right. So and you don't have your like so what's cool though is you don't have your phone. So like when you do have conversations with people, like they're like legit intimate, like good, genuine conversations for the most part. Without distractions, I guess. So I trusted Ian a lot, and Ian became really close with Tyler before I did. And then just because I got like trusted Ian from pretty early on, I trusted his gut on Tyler before I got to know him, and then I got to know Tyler really well before the bribe tower. So yeah, I had zero concern.
Let me ask you this: if you were chosen to go on the bribe tower, what's the price?
With that team, nothing.
Really?
I wouldn't with that team. No, it depends on if I had a different team, probably. But it is funny because Jimmy season 1 had the same game and it went up to $1 million and no one pushed it. And so like in Jimmy fashion, like, it's going higher than $1 million, right? Like Jimmy said, it was going higher than $1 million. So, I would have let it ride way higher than $1 million and just see, but with that team, I would have pressed it. Like I offered and I volunteered and I said I should go because there was obviously our team got completely screwed with that obstacle challenge. Like we didn't go into the bribe tower with our same team. So like obviously our team kind of got the shit end of the stick with trust in everybody. But good thing me, Ian, and Tyler, because Ethan and Vance were a little questionable. But yeah, I offered to go up there. I kind of wish I would have, just so I could have shown or like who I was, because throughout the game there's multiple things that like I didn't get to show as a human being, but it doesn't really matter. But yeah, no, I wouldn't have pushed it. Not on Ian and Tyler.
You are stronger than me because there's no probably. I would have pushed it for a lot less than $1 million. Like, guaranteed. I mean, in the chat, we've got a few things. Fico wants to know, is Ian going to come play grid? Artur's telling him to chill out. But Fico's right. Until Ian sells his island, like he could at least have a grid party. So.
That's funny. No, I actually did ask Ian to play. He's actually really like stupid good upper body strength. And I asked him, I sent him a few great clips, and this dumbass, he literally just didn't warm up, just got up, did a ring to handstand, totally did it. But then like fell down and like almost like he was fine. He did not get injured at all, but he came down like really aggressively and like almost hurt his shoulder, and like it scared me. But he's like, yeah, I'm probably out. And I'm like, have you ever done anything on the rings in your life? He's like, no, like not like that. And he did it. And I'm like, okay, well, then you actually could probably be pretty good at this if you practice. But who knows? I might work on him a little. I got a few months.
I mean, the upper body strength, I mean, we know what he does. Like the upper body strength's there. And so, I mean, I'm sure he could be a beast if he really wanted to, and he committed to it.
For sure.
How much downtime do you have to work out, or are you working out, or like when you're in the city?
I will give myself props on this because I was the only extremely disciplined human being in that city when it came to fitness and not eating like an asshole. Because it is 24-hour Starbucks. Like literally people were living on Starbucks grilled cheese and cake pops. It was wild to me. I'm like, don't you guys feel like a blub right now?
I'm telling you.
But no, but this is the shitty thing is I hurt my knees. So like I couldn't squat, I couldn't do anything. So I just was strictly doing upper body and making sure I was getting enough steps in. Like I was walking about 5 miles a day on the treadmill and just doing upper body every single day. But I was in the gym every single day. There was a lot of downtime, like a lot of downtime.
What about sleep? All right, because I played some live reality games, Survivor style, and coincidentally, Hannah, I've played some with her. She's a friend of mine from some Survivor games and a mole game. But sleep, it becomes like if you're sleeping, you're not playing the game. And so for you, like, how much sleep do you actually get, or is there like quiet time where you guys are like shut it off and like everyone goes to bed?
No, that sleep was actually one of the biggest challenges for me when we got there. And like as you're checking in, they kind of give you a warning, like, hey, you need to start altering your sleep schedule and like sleep at night or sleep during the day because we're filming at night. And I was like, I don't know what that means, but like, I'm already an hour past my bedtime currently. Anybody that knows me, I go to bed at 7:30. So like in my head, I'm like, okay, shit, like I'm gonna have to start staying up till 11 midnight. It's gonna be tough. No, we don't start filming till midnight. Like when they say you are completely reverting your schedule, you are literally sleeping while the sun is up and you are filming at midnight from like midnight to 5 a.m. Like,
wow.
Not even like most of the time in winter filming, sometimes like some of the challenges took 14 hours. So yeah, sleep was wild. But
Right.
then yeah,
I want to on that point, the Survivor, the island. How long like does that take for them to do that?
So they were on the island they were gone for 8 days. We were in the city
Holy
for 8 days.
smokes.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I mean,
long time in the city.
what do you do? Like, I just feel like
we played cards, a lot of cards. And that's like they would sleep, like I would get up and I would have worked out for a couple hours by the time everyone was up, basically. But then we would play games. We would play card games. And then we played more card games. We got pickleball for a day. That was really fun. We played pickleball for a long time. We were filming a bunch of commercial stuff because T-Mobile sponsored it. So we were filming like some commercial stuff for T-Mobile. But it was basically playing card games.
wow. For 8 days.
Like the amount of card games we played was unreal.
Would you, obviously I would sure you would want to play for an island, but in the grand scheme of things, are you glad that you didn't go, or do you think it was more beneficial to not go?
No, fuck no. I'm still bummed about it to this day. Like it still sucks. Every time I see a video of me not finding a cannonball, I get pissed off all over again.
How many times did you walk by one and not know it was there?
Okay, so I was searching. I darted for the library from the get-go, and nobody was in the library. And I was for 5 minutes straight, just tearing apart the library, and no one was there. And then I walk away for a little bit, try to go look somewhere else, and then I come back to the library, and Jeff, from the winner of season 1, Jeff found the cannonball in the book in the library, and I'm like, "Are you shitting me?" Like, I was right there. I moved it, like completely moved it, shoved it, and didn't even notice. Yeah. So,
what was the? We'll leave it at this. All right. What was the hardest challenge, hardest part of the whole experience?
none of the challenges were hard. They were all super fun. None of them were hard whatsoever. Physically on me. Hardest part of the challenge is like I put my mental strength to the game because like there is like filming for that show, like there is like the downtime is wild. So like if you are not mentally stable, it was very hard for some people to like when are we doing this, like so the mental game of becoming extra patient with myself, with other human beings, with, being on a reality TV show. That was the biggest test for me. But I'm proud of how I showed up and how I approached everything within that regard.
Artur has a question. He said, what did you feel on the pole game when it was just you and someone else?
So here's a fun fact about that last pole game. That was my funnest. I love that challenge. That was my funnest challenge by far. I love heights. So I thought that one was super fun. But the night before that challenge was actually, I don't know if you remember, I just got surgery. I had surgery on my elbow a few months ago. Mm-hmm. The night before that challenge was when I jacked my elbow up. So I woke up and my elbow was blown out, like blown up. And so like when I saw poles, I was like, shit, like I can't hang. Like first one was my knees and I'm like, shit. And then like I jacked my elbow up during the night before that challenge. And so like when I saw that, I was like, shit, like I really got to figure out a way to use my legs. So I use my legs. Like I literally, if you look, like when I say United Grid League, like I'm hanging on by my legs and I'm letting go of the pole. Because I knew like with my elbow, I was like, my bicep is not going to last because like what I hurt my elbow on was connected to my bicep. So like I had no bicep strength. So I guess that was technically like the hardest physical part was I had to learn how to hang from this thick of a rope with just my legs because my biceps were non-existent. My one bicep was non-existent. How did it feel? It was cool. We were up there for 45 minutes. It doesn't show that. Me and Monica were in a cumulative, I think they said we were hanging for about 45 minutes, which is wild.
That is to hang for longer than a couple minutes is impressive, much less for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, Bryleigh, I'm proud of you, and I'm sure that I, capture the sentiment of a lot of people. It was fun watching you compete. I get to watch this latest episode tonight, so I'm looking sort of forward, but not really forward to it. So
it's a good episode.
Either way, like, would you do it again?
If the opportunity arose, I probably would. It is not an experience that like, because I have it under my belt now, like it is something that nobody, if you ever get the opportunity, should ever pass up. And just because I've done it once, I wouldn't say I've done it once, so I shouldn't do it. I'd probably take the opportunity again. You learn a lot about yourself. So absolutely. Yeah, I'd do it again.
From a mental standpoint, I think you have to stretch yourself. I think everybody mentally on that show is stretching themselves. Like,
yes, facts. Facts.
Well, Bryleigh, I'm going to let you go. Before you do, anything you want to plug or promote?
Who wants to join my grid team? We still need players.
There it is. The call to action: players, bodyweight specialists,
strength specialists.
Let's go. Come on out. You can do it. I mean, I think a lot of it is fear of the unknown. Don't be scared. You got this.
Yeah,
hit up Bryleigh, hit up South Beach Palms on socials. I promise you, they'll take good care of you.
Yeah.
Bryleigh, best of luck with the roster creation. I look forward to seeing you in May. If there's anything I can do for you along the way, reach out.
Perfect. Thank you.
Absolutely. That's Bryleigh Hansen, everybody. If you like hearing Bryleigh's story, or you just like hearing Average Joe's talk X's and O's, please like, share the podcast on Facebook. Head over to YouTube. Like, subscribe, notifications. That way you're first to know when new content is dropped. And be with us next week. Next Wednesday, we got Sam Crivet, Director of Athletics for the New York Wolves. He's going to be stopping by. He's going to join us. He's going to talk about where the Wolves are at currently. Full roster, ready to go. Inaugural season for them. They're chomping at the bit to get started. So we're going to get the 411 from him, and we're going to get his expectations and all things New York Wolves next week. So stick around for that. And as always, remember, strong body, sharp minds, grit and grind all the time. We're out.